You are almost guaranteed to get a lot of sales objections if you do this one thing. So during a sale, you might get the feeling that the prospect's problem isn't big enough. So what you do is you stay silent and then you get to the end and they say something like, I need to think about it. Maybe they're saying that because for them, it's a small problem. And so then they think, well, it's a small problem, so I don't need to solve this right now. So they put it on the back burner. Or they might say something like, it's too expensive. Again, for them, it's a small problem, which means it justifies a small price, which is less than what you're charging. So during a sale, if you get the feeling the prospect's problem isn't big enough, you could say something like, look, do you mind if I ask you a bit of an awkward question? They'll say, no, go ahead. You could say, okay, it just seems like this problem isn't something you need to solve, something which would be nice to solve. Is that the case or am I way off? Now, the prospect might come back and say, no, we need to solve this. You could say, okay, wasn't really expecting that. What makes you say that? And they tell you why they need to solve the problem. Or they come back and they say, you know what, you're right. We don't really need to solve this problem. It's more of a nice to have. And you could say something back like, okay, so just out of curiosity, what would need to happen for this to be something you need to solve, if anything, whether with us or with someone else? Now, if they had come back and said, well, we're not sure if we need to solve it or it's a nice to have, you just assume that it's more of a nice to have. But the reason we're doing this ahead of time is so you don't get to the end and get peppered with objections.